What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? Today is chicken processing day. A little bit about the chickens that we are processing. We have purchased the Cornish cross. Alright, so the first time we processed chickens, they were with the roosters. Alright, so we heard that the roosters may grow out a little faster, maybe a little bigger. And the cost is not very much more. Okay, so they were good, but this time we decided we wanted to see what the deal was with the hens. So we purchased the hens. And yeah, we found out that this is true. They do grow out, the roosters do grow out a lot faster than the hens. 8 weeks we processed our roosters and they were very nice size. I think we're about 11 weeks now with the hens. And yeah, they are smaller than the roosters were at 8. So that's a little bit of our experience so that you don't have to go through that, you know. All right. I'm gonna take you through and show you the different stations that we use for the processing. The first station that we'll be bringing our birds to are the K-cones. All right, so as you can see, these are made from 5-gallon buckets. I made these myself, but you can purchase these already made. They are metal or aluminum, and they're about $40 versus a bucket that costs maybe $5 at the most, free at the least. So just a little bit of time, a bucket and some tie scraps, and you can make this on your own. So that is the location. The next location will be our scalding pot. So after they come out of the cones, you will bring them over here and you will dip them in a scalding pot of water. The water should be anywhere from 130 to 170, and you should only dip them no more than 30, well, they say up to a minute to 30 seconds. I found that 30 seconds will probably be a little much. I mean, a minute would be a little much, but you know, you're gonna have to gauge that yourself. After our birds are removed, we'll be bringing them over to this location, which is the plucker, chicken plucker. Now, if you're gonna be doing birds in any substantial number, I think this is a must. Now, I know people have been doing it for years without this, but to save yourself a ton of time, this is what you need, okay? A chicken plucker. After they come out of the plucker, you will bring them over to the table where the rest of the processing will take place. All right, so you will remove the entrails and you'll clean them up, and then you will dump them into the cooler of ice to cool them down. Okay, so I do have a couple of buckets out here with some clean water in it. So we gonna get going with this process and show you how we do this. Okay, give me a decent size one. How you gonna do both? So guys, after removing them out the comb, you bring them to the next area, which is the scalding. Yeah, like I said, they say anywhere from a minute to 30 seconds is pretty much all you need. So what she's doing, she's dipping it up and down, making sure that the birds are getting wet, feathers being scalded. So she do a little test pluck to make sure the feathers are coming out easy. Bring them over to the chicken plucker, throw them in. And you make sure you constantly put in water. Constantly put water on them while they're in the plucker, and then you should have a naked bird when it come out. So there'll be some a little bit of extra feathers, so not a problem. Alright guys, pretty quick process. Find the joint, cut, with the feet. Hey, pinch the skin up on the chest, cut a slit there. And what you're trying to do there is find the croc. It can be a little slippery, but you want to grab it. And pull it to release it. Okay. Into the back, you want to pinch and you want a small cut. All right, so you do that because you do not want to cut none of the organs. Open it up, reach in and remove everything. Pretty simple. Once you got everything pulled back, slight cut in a V. And it's good to go. Okay? So, if you have dogs, or hogs, or something to that effect, the liver is nice. Well, I know some people actually eat the liver also. So keep that. Of course, you have the gizzards. The rest of that, get rid of. Of course, you keep the heart. That is good. So what we go ahead and do is we go ahead and remove the neck because it's not something typically we eat, but it will make a good stock. And just like that, guys, you have a clean chicken. So any excess little feathers that you might have just easily just pulls off. Get you some water, rinse them off. Throw them in a cool spot, which is we're gonna have the cooler. And let the body temperature cool down. Okay, so one of the reasons for that, you don't want to put them in your freezer at this temperature because then they'll thaw out your freezer. 20, 30 birds in your freezer that's warm, yeah, it'll thaw your freezer out. So finished chicken, ready. All right, fam, bring your bird over to your processing table. Remove the legs, you just fold back at the joint, slightly go around, done. So you want to go over here and you want to put a slight slit in the chest cavity. You want to reach in and you want to detach the croc. Okay, so it is a little slick. So the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Once you remove it, go. Turn it around. Pinch up. Slight slit in the back. And make sure you don't go too deep. Open that cavity up. Stick your hand in and remove all the internal organs. And the croc should come out along with the organs. Okay? Once you get everything here to the back, slight V cut on each side. So remove the rest of it. Okay? So I like to remove the neck because that is not something we generally eat, but it can be used for stock. So, get that done, throw that in there with that. And just that quick, the bird is processed. Okay, remove any excess feathers. Rinse your bird off. And good to go. All right. It looks no different than anything you might buy in the store. So, but tastes way better. So we now throw it in the cooler so it can cool off. These, depending on you, say if you have, now I know a lot of people actually like chicken gizzards, chicken liver, and all that good old stuff. We do not really partake in any of that, but we do have dogs, and this stuff is good for them. So if you can carefully remove the liver, this is the heart, which is also good. This is good for your animals. These are good for your dogs. All right, nice, healthy treats or food. Okay, so if you have enough of them, definitely food. Okay, the gizzards. I played with the gizzards before. It's a little bit of work. You know what I mean? But if you like them enough, of course, you will put in that work. So you cut them open and you remove all the little stones and all the stuff that they eat to help grind their food up. Remove that outer coating, which I am not about to do right now because it do take a little while. So um, if it's worth it to you for that meat, you'll remove that stuff. All right. So I may try and feed that to my dogs. I never have before. I'm sure they probably don't mind. Well, there you go. I mean, it didn't come off that hard this time. So basically, you just remove this. There you go. Chicken gizzards, you know. Like I said, I'm not one to partake in this kind of thing, but if it's for you, I mean, it actually like a nice piece of meat. Might try it one day. The rest of that, if you have hogs, I'm sure they would eat that, but I'm not gonna feed that to my dogs. All right, fam. Now that I have my birds processed, what I'm doing now is bagging each one of them up individually. I left them whole, and I will cut them up as necessary when it's time to eat them. Unless I'm a rotisserie, then I will leave them whole. That's the way that will go. Okay, fam, got all my birds bagged up. Now I need to go and check the water. All right, fam, what we have here is your harvested bird in a poultry shrink wrap bag. All right, this particular bag is pretty much the same bag you're gonna get when you purchase your bird at the store. It allows you to put your chicken in the freezer and be able to store it there for a while without no problem. So basically all you do is get a pot of hot water, you submerge your bird in the bag slowly into the water. What it does is shrink up around the bird while forcing air out of the bag. Once you're secured, once you're sure that you have the majority of the air out of the bag, move the chicken from the water, twist it up, get you a tie wrap, which when you purchase these bags, they usually come with them. And or a zip tie, you will call them, and zip tie it up. Okay, so there you go. You have a bird that's ready to be stored for a while. Okay. Alright fam, now that we have our birds packaged up, you simply just go over and you snip off any excess bag as such, any excess zip tie, and there you go. Alright, so I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna make sure all the zip ties are tight, get rid of all the excess bag. Snip each tie. All right, fam. That is the whole process from start to end. Okay, if I didn't mention, we did not feed our birds 24 hours before processing day. So we fed them the morning before, but we did not feed them again. That kept the crock empty. Make sure that the fecal tract was empty, and that way it's a lot less mess when it's time to do everything. Okay, so I showed y'all everything that we do to get this done. These birds are now ready for the freezer. So we'll go throw them in there and we'll eat them as needed. We will get a second batch probably within another month or two. Well, probably a couple months. And hopefully that will suffice for the year. And we will start the process again next year. All right, so we originally started off with 30, now we got 20, and that's because I'm sure some animals came through and got a few of them, but we took to make sure it don't happen again. But this is what we got. All right, I'm not 100% pleased with the outcome because these birds are a lot smaller than the last batch, so we will make sure that we do what we did last time to make sure the birds get to the size we want them to get. But I am going to weigh them because we are participating in shed wars and we need to know the weight of the stuff that we harvest. So I will let you know what that is. I appreciate everybody for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever we harvest anything else or release more videos. So till the next time, guys, peace.